Jake Thomsen just won season 1 of Alter Ego as Dipper Scott. His alter ego we saw performing each week in front of the judges, will.i.am, Alanis Morissette, Grimes, and Nick Lachey. I'm Denton Davidson for Gold Derby. And Jake, just talk us through that moment when host Rocsi Diaz announced that you had officially won Alter Ego.
So it was it's a kind of a blurry moment because it was so surreal. I just remember it being whittled down from 4 to 3 to 2 and thinking like, there's no way that I'm actually going to win this. So when she announced it, I was kind of like, I feel like I fell to the ground. I actually don't remember what happened. I just remember being like, what? This is insane. And then the reveal performance after that was also very surreal because it all was just like coming together. It was wild.
And how much were you getting to know the other contestants behind the scenes? I mean, were you guys interacting each week? Because we do see in the finale all 4 of you back there together. Was that happening as the season progressed all season long?
Definitely. So we all lived together in the same hotel for a couple months. So it was we got close for sure. And everybody got along, believe it or not. It is a competition. Everybody wants to win, but it's like we had something in common, something big in common, and we all love music. So we'd write together, we'd play together. Yeah, we all had a good time.
And this is a brand new show that uses this state-of-the-art technology for these unique avatars that perform on stage. Will you do the actual singing backstage? So I'm curious how you even came to know about this competition and how you were cast and how you got involved in the show.
Well, I don't think there was like an open call audition of any kind. I could be wrong, but I got a phone call from somebody who was just telling me about the show, but very little because they didn't even know a lot about the show at the time. I think it was still like a work in progress. And I just kind of thought that it was a scam or something. But they told me about some things that I'd been doing before, some other projects they'd seen me working on. So that's, I guess, how they found me. And I just pretty much said, let's see what happens. And yeah, let's do it.
And were you aware at the time when you auditioned who the judges were going to be?
No, we didn't find that out till much later.
And was there any judge that you were most excited or shocked that was on the panel that maybe you were inspired by or listened to in the past?
will.i.am.
Okay.
I was definitely shocked to see him up there. I don't know why, because he does like everything. I don't know why I was really all that surprised, but I think it caught me the most off guard because I probably know him the best out of the 4 judges.
So now that you've won, do you have a plan to go in the studio, or is that your hope is to get some music made? And once that's released, do you want to perform as Jake or do you want to perform as Dipper Scott?
I would just say Will and I are working on some things. We'll just keep an eye out.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. And in terms of the time that you spent on the show, how did you determine which songs you were going to perform each week? And was any specific song your favorite that you performed?
I would have to say that Believer was probably my favorite.
Okay.
Simply because it was my least favorite to begin with. And once I figured out like that I could do something really different with the song, I got excited about it. I would say that one was my favorite.
And how much involvement did you have in creating Dipper Scott, the avatar? You know, where did his name come from? And what involvement did you have in his overall look?
So the name comes from a character on another show that I don't know if I can say that on like about other shows. He's a character that carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's like a very relatable character. He's always seeking adventure. That's why I picked Dipper. Scott just kind of came out of my mouth when we were coming up with names. I don't really know where that came from. It just worked. So we kept it. And then we just would sit down and work through the avatar design with the producers.
So were they kind of giving you ideas and then you say yes, no, or, you know, what was that conversation like and how long did it take to create his look?
I think it took them like probably just a couple weeks.
Wow.
There's a lot that I don't know actually.
Okay.
So,
And what was it like being then behind scenes with all of these things hooked up to your body? Was it actually you singing live in that moment, or was it just capturing your movement, and were the vocals recorded, or how did that all work?
I was all live. I mean, we didn't get any redos. That's
Wow.
for sure. I would have liked to have had a redo on one of them, but is what it is. I knew what I signed up for. But yeah, the suits are oddly comfortable. I didn't particularly like wearing them because you have to like, it's just hard to get them on and off, but it was fun. It was kind of cool having all the sensors hooked up and whatnot.
And you were open about having Crohn's disease, this chronic illness. And you also state that, like, in the beginning of the process, you wound up in the hospital for 3 days while you were on the show. What was that like? And were you concerned that you would have to drop out?
I was definitely concerned I was going to have to drop out. In fact, I was pretty sure I was going to have to, because there were so many unanswered questions. But the first day that I went in there, all they knew is that I don't even want to say too much about it because I don't know exactly what they saw, but they just said that your heart is like not in good condition. So we're going to have to admit you. So I had to say for 3 days, and each day they would say like, maybe we can release you tomorrow after these test results come back, but it just kept getting pushed back and back. And I was like, I'm never getting out of here. And then I think one doctor said like, I might want to prepare to stay a while. So I just kind of thought it was over for me at that point.
Wow. And you made Alanis cry multiple times, I noticed, throughout the season. She seemed very emotionally taken by your performances. What was it like just to having these 4 sort of superstar judges heaping this praise on you all season? Because they never really said anything bad about you. I mean, I think you were definitely one of the favorites to win right from the beginning.
It did feel very surreal. We also didn't see each other perform, so I didn't necessarily know what to compare it to. I just kind of thought maybe they're like telling everybody that they're doing well. Maybe everybody's just doing great. So I still didn't necessarily know where I was at with them. But so much of it, especially for me, I can't speak for everybody, it was all very surreal. I wasn't used to being on camera. It was new territory. So I don't think I was fully absorbing everything that was happening. I was just kind of like, go in and get the job done, and then, figure it out later.
So up next, we can expect some music, and you're working with will.i.am. Are you working with any of the other judges at this time, or is he primarily who you're working with at this time?
Right now, it's just Will.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have something out soon.
And that musical direction, you don't have any clues for us at all at this point?
I don't think I can give any clues right now.
Okay, well,
I have them here, but I can't,
Well, congratulations, Jacob, aka Dipper Scott, on winning season 1 of Alter Ego and being named the next generation's first digital superstar. Best of luck to you, and thanks for chatting with Derby today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.